Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with the density equation to solve our problem. It's very important for us after learning the density concept, how to apply that to solve our problems. So I may ask you to pay attention to this video and see how it works. Density has this equation. D is equal m over v. And most of the time, you will see this triangle to rearrange your equations. So whenever we are going to solve the problems, if we need to calculate the density, mass over volume, this is our main definition or main equation to solve. If we are going to solve for other parameters, we need, for example, we need to calculate mass or we need to calculate volume. You need to rearrange this equation. When we are going to rearrange this equation, you may memorize like this one. I don't recommend you, but it would be easier if you learn this method. We have one method, we call that cross multiplication. What does that mean? It means you need to multiply the parameters they are placed in the cross of each other. So like this one, d times v. So d times v. And here for m, there is nothing here. So I just write m. So it looks m is calculated basically by this multiplication, d times v. So mass m is equal to density times volume, density times volume. So they are something you should learn how to rearrange the equation. Assume that I'm going to work with the volume. So assume that I'm going to work with the volume. I need to isolate volume. I need to isolate volume. I need to keep volume here. So I have to remove D here. So I decide to have one more calculation. Divide by D because we don't want to have D here. D multiple by V, we don't need to have D. We need to divide it by D. D and D cancel out. So it looks V is equal to M over D. It says volume is equal to M mass over D, mass divided by D. This is the method, but again, I don't recommend you these methods, not only this one, but also this one I explain for you, because we prefer to work on the conversion factors. So I may ask you to learn how to use density as conversion factor. I'm going to give it you three different examples, and please pay attention how to solve our problems quickly. First, simplest example is calculate the density of an object with 2.51 grams mass and 25.91 ml volume. So we are going to calculate if we have a density, what is the relationship between these two. I may ask you, pay attention, question says calculate the density. All right, density question mark. There is no unit for that one. We need to derive the unit by ourselves. Then it says mass is 2.51 grams. So I'm going to write here mass 2.51 grams. And it says volume of 25.91. So I may write volume is 25.91 ml. So density is mass over volume. I write it here, 2.51 grams divided by 25.91 ml. So I wrote the units here to remind you the density has this unit, grams per ml. So when you calculate that one, you may see like this number, 0.0 0.9687379 gram per ml. But we never use this one when we're gonna work with the problem. Always we need to report by proper suffix. We have division here. Rule for division and multiplication is fewest suffix. We need to count. Here we have 3 suffix. Here we have 4 suffix. So I need to report our answer by 3 suffix. So we never count zeros at the beginning as suffix. Suffix start at non-zero digits. So 1, 2, 3. So I need to draw a box. So right now we have 3 suffix. Look at this number. Look at this digit is 7. It's greater than 5. So we need to round up our calculation, our number. So I say 0.0966, sorry, 0.0969 gram per ml. So we round up. So this is the correct answer for this calculation, 0.0969. So please understand, here we have 3 suffix. Right now, I'm going to ask you, based on the other video you already watched, if we add this object by this density, what happens if we add that one to water? So assume that you add this object to water. Density for object is 0.0969. Density of water is 1.00 gram per ml. So I'm sure you are going to say that if we add this object to water, this is water, and if we add that one, since the density of object is smaller than 1, smaller than the density of water, is going to remain on the top and it's going to float. It's going to float. So in this video, I wanted to show you how to calculate the density and how to connect this information by other videos that I posted. How to find the relationship between this object and other information that we learned, that density of object, density of water floating, it remains on the top, and also the suffix that we had. So by other videos, I'm going to show you how to calculate the mass and volume of the density when we have the density as a conversion factor. So I recommend you guys to apply this method that I'm going to explain, and it would be very helpful for the other general chemistry courses you need to take and solve the problem for the rest of our chapters. So in the next video, I'm going to explain for you guys how to solve our problems when we need to calculate mass and we need to calculate volume.